We are going to be doing a challenge which I don't know if it already exists. I kind of just thought of it myself. So
Very creative.
Thank you. We're basically going to be judging books by their covers and attempting to describe the plot of books that we don't know. And we're going to be competing for the crown. So whoever gets the most plots as close to the actual plot of the book gets to wear the crown.
I'm gonna go easy on you first, just to warm you off a little bit, because I feel like this is a little, like you might know this a little bit. But the first book I have is Jodi Picoult's My Sister's Keeper. Just based on the cover, what do you think the plot is? Take it away.
Okay, well, I would say that the plot, something is going to happen to one of the sisters and the other sister gets really, really upset about it. Maybe there's a character death or something like that. I feel like there's gonna be something like that, and then one of the sisters has to like discover herself. I don't know, that's what I've got.
That's pretty good.
I haven't read it.
So the basic plot is that every chapter is written by a different perspective of this family, and you get to understand just the different dynamics that's going on, because one of the sisters has from birth a sort of rare form of cancer.
Leukemia.
There we go, leukemia.
It's on the blurb.
Not so rare, but so she has leukemia, and what the parents do is they actually genetically make a sister through IVF, DNA, something like that, so that the sister can grow up and actually be a donor.
So she's created with the purpose of
serving her older sister. And the basic plot is that the younger sister ends up suing the family for the rights to her own body. It's good. It's very good.
That's crazy. So do you think I get a point for this one?
Well, you said death, and you said that sisters were looking after each other, and that they were discovering themselves, and there's definitely a lot of that. So, you know, I feel like giving you a point for it. Yeah, I think that was pretty good. Okay, take it away. My go.
Take it away, Ernie. Sorry. Sorry, what a reference. This book is Rise of Empire by Michael J. Sullivan.
All right, this is what the cover looks like. No, this is really good because we've both gone through each other's books, and we both have really different tastes in books. So this is really good because there's no way I'm gonna know any of this. Fortune favors the thief. Ooh. Okay, and there's a guy. He looks very shady but attractive. So I'm feeling like he's a bit of a Robin Hood character. So I'm guessing he's this guy that's being brought up in a maybe not so good environment, not so good community, where it's harsh or whatever, and then he grows up and sort of has a big strong backbone for justice, but he sort of has to maybe fight, I don't know, good people for, you know, but he's a thief as well. So yeah, I reckon he like, I don't know, steals things from other people for maybe the good of someone. He's a bit of a warrior and a soul. I feel like he's a solo type of guy. Like he's on his own. And in the end, he wins because fortune favors the thief. There we go.
There are actually two main characters.
Okay.
In this is part of a series. I feel like you kind of described both of them as like the one. I feel like I should give you a point for that because that was really like close.
Oh yeah.
Like yeah, you kind of got the whole.
And is he a very like rugged, handsome man that gets the ladies?
One of them is.
But
yeah, I think I would give you a point for that just because you got that they're thieves.
Yeah.
And you know, possibly fighting good guys, but also fighting for good.
For good.
And yeah, I'm gonna give it to you.
Yay! Next book. So it is P.G. Wodehouse, Carry On Jeeves.
Carry On Jeeves. I thought he was saluting at first and then I realized he's just holding his hat. It looks like he's coming in to like work for this guy. He's all dressed up in like a suit. The only thing that's coming to my mind now is Sherlock Holmes. That's terrible now. I can't get detectives out of my head. I'm gonna say the detectives.
So it's written in the early 1900s. It's a series of like tiny little stories all put together. Bertie, who is owner of the house or whatever, he's the rich guy. He employs this guy called Jeeves. However, Bertie always gets into trouble. He always finds himself in compromising situations or things like that. And Jeeves is always getting him out.
Not detectives then.
Not detectives. All right, so maybe not for that one.
No. I'm going to give you this one. Okay. It's by Gail Foreman and it's called Just One Day.
Something's obviously going to happen in this one very eventful day. There's only one of them. Unless she repeats days. That's my guess, all right? She's a girl, something happens, and she repeats the day a bunch of times until she gets it right and solves the problem, and then her days continue.
Okay, yeah, well, you're wrong. This book is about a girl who goes on holiday to Paris and she meets a boy.
Ooh.
And the one day is basically her hanging out with him,
Yeah.
falling in love. In
Aw.
just one day.
Bless.
Yeah, it was really, really cute.
That does sound cute. Well, I don't get that point. All right, here we go. Next book is The Diving Bell and the Butterfly, which is by, I'm gonna pronounce this wrong, Jean-Dominique Bauby. It's French. So I just had to do the accent.
Love it, love it. All right, so now a major motion picture, which I haven't seen, so that doesn't help.
good.
Judging by the fact that there are two people, I'm going to assume it's a romance and that they fall in love against all odds. I don't know, that's all I've got.
All right, so the story is, so he is actually a very successful rich man who is married to this woman. However, what happens on one fateful, tragic day, whilst he's driving, he suffers a stroke, which paralyzes him completely from head to toe. The only things he can do is blink. And what he ends up doing is, I think he goes through such mental depression for obvious reasons, but the nurse ends up helping him sort of rediscover life and what the meaning of life is for him, and sort of takes him to the beach and takes him out and takes him to experience all these new things. And he ends up actually writing this book via blinking. So the nurse would read out the alphabet, and every time he wanted to spell a letter, he'd blink.
Is this a true story?
This is a true story. And so this whole thing, all of this is his blinks.
That's just become so much cooler.
I know,
than
right?
thought. I don't think I got the point though.
No, I don't think
I
so.
was not on the mark at all. The next one I have for you is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. A lot of people probably know this one. Yeah, so this is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. Go for it.
I haven't even heard of the name. I haven't even heard of Ernest Cline. So I'm gonna guess it's I'm not quite sure if it's future or past, but some sort of dystopian world. Yeah, okay, so I'm just gonna go with, it's some sort of dystopian world where there's not many people left because I can only see him, and the world sort of dying and falling apart. Considering it's Willy Wonka meets The Matrix, there's got to be some sort of action involved, but then a bit of quirk and fun. I reckon he meets some people and goes on some adventures, and that's about all I've got.
I think I have to give you a point for that. I was really, really close. Yeah, so this book is about this guy, and his name is Wade. Set in the future, and yeah, it's kind of not a great place. The world is kind of, falling apart, like you said. And he does meet some people, but he meets them online because the online has advanced so much that everyone just goes online because the world is falling apart, so they go online.
Nice.
And so he basically meets people online, and that's why it's Ready Player One, because it's like this virtual reality kind of world. Goes on adventures in that sense. So you kind of got it.
I think that's good. Really good.
Yeah.
Yay!
That was quite good.
Next book, I thought I'd do something different and mix it up with a picture book. So this is Sean Tan's picture book, The Red Tree, and this has got to be one of my favorite books. And I love this author as well. I waited 3 hours in line to meet him, and I cried when I met him.
Wow.
So here we go. What do you think this is about?
Okay, I feel like I actually remember studying this in English.
It's definitely one of those English books.
But I don't remember what it's about. So, or do I?
Yeah.
Maybe
go back.
Maybe my subconscious. And there's all these words on the hat. There's like darkness, nothing ever happy, nobody. I'm just gonna say this girl is sad and she finds a red tree that makes her happy.
You know what? As much as you're laughing and feel like this sounds so dumb, that's pretty much on point what the story is. What happens is she goes about her day, and it's just about sort of like struggling with life and how you can be really overwhelmed with troubles, and you can be really overwhelmed with worries and concerns and anxiety and all that sort of stuff. And so throughout each page,
she found the red tree.
At the end, sorry. Throughout the book, throughout every page, there's always a hidden like little red leaf. Towards the end, at the end of the book, as you said. She finds the red tree, it gives her hope, all the darkness sort of goes away, and she sort of embraces hope and love and life and all that sort of stuff, which is basically what you said. It was like a girl who is sad finds a red tree
and gets happy. The next one that I have for you is called The Way of Shadows by Brent Weeks.
I don't think they'd make a novel about someone you don't like. So I'm guessing this main character is some sort of guy that kills off bad guys. So we like him, but because he has no friends, he's not a very nice person, doesn't have a very nice character. But maybe he actually has a bit of a soft soul in there somewhere. And maybe by the end, he might not find a friend, but he might find a lover. So he goes off, kills bad guys, meets like this woman who he's supposed to kill or something like that, and then he falls in love. And then they fight crime together.
So yeah, the book is about an assassin.
Okay, yeah.
But I feel like you were more describing his like mentor's life rather than his life. Yeah.
Ooh, interesting.
Which is quite interesting. Well, you were close.
Close, but not close enough.
Yeah. I might, like, he does find someone in the end. So maybe I'll give it to you. It was close.
Alright, well,
I mean, you got assassin, you got that he was kind of like lonely, but then like found someone.
Alright.
There's a lot of complications, but that's books.
Yeah.
In general, so yeah.
I'm gonna take it. Okay, this one has a debated way to pronounce the first name, so people are probably gonna scoff at this. People either say Anna Karenina or they say Anna Karenina. I'd probably say Karenina. It's by Leo Tolstoy.
I have no idea.
It really doesn't give much away.
I mean, I kind of feel like from like the dress, she's probably from like the Pride and Prejudice kind of era. But I don't feel like it's a romance. It's a mystery book. And there's some mystery in Anna's life that has to be solved. Maybe there's a murder. Maybe Anna was murdered.
Ooh.
Maybe she died.
Well, the ending of the story, she does die.
A point?
Unlike what you said, it is probably one of the most torn love stories ever.
Really?
And it's one of those stories of like one of the world's greatest love affairs type of things. But
fair enough. I don't think I got it though.
No.
I said it was not a love story.
Yeah.
And it was. Are you excited? I'm excited.
Okay.
This one is
no more excited than the other ones.
a lot of people are gonna know this one as well, that's all. This is written by Cassandra Clare and it is City of Bones.
Never heard of it. Well, for starters, I like the cover. Not complaining there. It's a wonder people turn the page to read. And he's sort of got like a tattoo as well over him, which makes him look a bit Maori and Kiwi. But I'm guessing that's probably not right. But I don't know, maybe. But there's a little like swirly stuff as well. So maybe he's magical. Maybe he has a family. Yeah, he's got a family. He's a bit odd. He can do magical things, like produce light from his chest, which blinds bad guys. City of Bones, maybe is he dead? Is he a zombie? Okay, it's modern day life, and he has to meet someone and fall in love, and then she's torn because he's this odd, sexy man, but he's got a secret, and then he'll slowly reveal his secret, and then they'll fall in love.
I don't think I can give that to you. That was, no, not really.
I was thinking that was so good. I was like, this is a great plot.
But it's actually about the main girl is Clary, and she finds out that she's like part human and part something else. I can't remember, I'm sorry to all those fans who love it, because I've never really gotten super into it, but it's super popular. It is set in our world.
Yeah.
They are people who fight demons.
Ah.
And so it's basically like she finds out she's like one of these people, and then there's this big bad guy.
Well, who's Mr. Sexy Pants on the cover?
Her boyfriend.
I like my story. I'm just pulling out all the classics.
Oh,
so here we go.
Terrible.
This is Jack Kerouac on the Road.
I think it's gonna be a story about these two guys on the front cover, and they're on the road and they're having a road trip. They look like brothers on the cover, like their faces, they look like they could be brothers. So I reckon it's two brothers who go on a road trip. They're trying to start a business and they're trying to like get the word out about their business. That's why they're on the road.
So this is set in sort of like the 1950s. It's sort of around the era of where there was like sort of sax music, drugs. The basic idea is that they're two friends, they're not brothers, and one guy is trying to write a book, because I think this is semi-autobiographical. I just feel like I'm going to be saying all these lies and people are going to be like, that's wrong. There's this one guy and he's trying to sort of find himself, find inspiration, find what it means to live and what life is all about. And he meets this guy who's super confident, knows how to just live life. He just lives it basically on the road. So then they decide to go on a road trip together, but it's them plus some other people along the way. And there's like girls involved and whatever.
I'm gonna give you this one by Maggie Stiefvater, or however you say that, a German last name, called The Raven King.
It's quite light actually. Pretty paper. It's about a magical stag that is king of all the ravens, and he frolics about and he controls the birds so they succumb to his will, and he is their god.
Cool. Not quite.
Really? Oh wait, no, actually I want to add something else.
Okay, what do you want to add?
I actually want to add something because I just figured there's no people in my plot thus far. He actually becomes a person, and still he controls the birds and things like that. That's just all. That's
Yeah.
all. Is that any closer?
Not really. I'm trying to think of a way to actually describe the plot that makes sense. Okay, so it's basically follows 4 boys and 1 girl on a search for a dead king. They're looking for like his grave, because apparently if you wake him up you'll get like a special, like you'll get granted a wish or something like that.
Okay.
It's kind of like a treasure hunt.
Yeah,
I feel like
fun.
that doesn't do it justice.
Yeah.
Final round.
It is the final round because we're doing 7 books. 7's your favorite number.
It is.
So for the last book, I picked another classic,
Of course.
which is Wuthering Heights.
I did try reading this once. Didn't go very well, obviously. So it's a love story. The girl falls in love with a man from her dreams, and he's not real. And then like there is a real man as well who likes her and wants to be with her, but she's like in love with this guy that doesn't exist. It's very confusing when I'm trying to read the first chapter.
It is, yes, okay. It is a bit of a confusing book because it's one of those books that has lots of characters and it actually covers sort of 2 different generations. And it also goes back in time as well. This is one of the, greatest sort of like gothic love stories. So it's basically about a guy and a girl, Kathy and Heathcliff, who grow up together, and she ends up staying at the house of this rich family. The son of this rich family falls in love with her, and then she gets sort of promised to him. And then they sort of get married, but then there's a part of her that's always wanting Heathcliff.
So he's real though.
Yeah, they're both real.
Alright, the final book
Last book
is by John Green and is called Looking for Alaska.
Alright, it's the story written from the perspective of this guy. And the guy, his first friend is this girl. They end up being friends together, growing up, and then they romantically join together. But it says last words, so she's gonna have to die. But then he's looking for her. Something happens and she disappears, and maybe within water near a beach. And it's a mystery. Did she die? Did she disappear? Did she run away? He has to try and relive the last moments and last words he had with her so that he can try and find her, track her down, and be with his one true love, his first friend, his first girl, forever.
Not quite. It's about this guy, and he is a teen, and he meets this girl called Alaska, and spoiler alert, she does die.
Alright, well, seems to be going pretty on point.
But it's not a question of whether she died.
She does
She
die.
did die. It's just that Miles has always had a fascination for people's last words, and he doesn't know her last words, and that really bothers him.
Alright, shall we work out how many we've each got?
Sure. So, just got 2. Yeah. You've only got 3. It's only 1 more than 2, you know?
Well, it was thick. 3, yeah, it's thick, so I feel like I've got more.
I got these 2.
And I got these 3. Does that mean I get to wear the crown?
That means you get the crown.
Thank you. I feel like I probably do judge a book by its cover.
I always judge books by
I feel like I do.
always.
Yeah.
So we have our lovely winner here. of judging books by their covers
Thank
for
you.
the plots.
Thanks.
Obviously, I did not introduce her at the beginning of the video. She thinks that's very funny. This is Laura,
Hello.
my lovely friend Laura. She has her own channel, and I will leave the link in the description below, and maybe also put it here because it's the end of the video and I can do that.
Yeah.
You can go check her out. She has great videos. She does a lot of vlogs, and they are really fun to watch and really well put together. I love them. Always fun. And she sings as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, what's not to love?
And do a lot of challenges as well.
Yes.
A little bit everything.
Exactly. And we will also be doing a video on her channel.
Yes, we will. So head over to that because we're just about to film that.
it.
I am so surprised I actually won a challenge about books
Yeah.
with you, Book Queen.
Well, I mean, I read them, doesn't mean I am good at judging them. Thank you for watching my video. If you liked it, please hit that thumbs up and leave a comment down below if you knew all of these books and think we're idiots.
Yeah.
Ciao for now, monkeys!